Good morning. We're gonna talk about bulking. The stupidest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. I fell a victim of it. Used to think it was good. Concluded that it's absolutely garbage. Complete garbage. And it's a psyop that most trainers or anything else convince people that it's something they need to do, or they see like bodybuilders doing it and they're like, oh yeah, that's just what I need to do. The idea that you're gonna take an activity, right, working out or fitness, that is designed to either make you healthier or make you look more physically appealing, and do something that is gonna do neither, make you look less physically appealing and make you less healthy, right? Gain excess body weight and make you look fat. You're gonna do that, and you're just gonna say, because when I ask people, I'm like, oh, oh, I'm bulking right now. And most people, when they say I'm bulking, they don't even, they're they're doing the same shit they were doing as if they're not eating more calories, but they're just eating more calories. Like, they're not increasing their lifting volume. They're not, they're just eating more. It makes me crazy, because I'll sit there like, oh yeah, I'm bulking, bro. Oh, the bulk. But it's like, you're not doing anything different. You're just, you probably haven't been growing muscle in X amount of time, and just by eating more calories, you think that's gonna magically make you a bodybuilder. No. And here's the thing, and here's the crazy thing is, they're like, oh yeah, 3,500 calories, pound a week, man. So they put themselves in a 500 calorie surplus. A pound a week, when you talk about 500 calories, it's talking about a calorie deficit. It's talking about 3,500 calories over the course of a week. It's 3,500 calories is a pound of fat, okay? Muscle, on the other hand, is about 800 calories inside it, but obviously to create muscle requires more energy than to create fat, because fat stores itself instantly if there's excess calories. Muscle has to go through a process of stimulus and then adaptation, which responds in actually building the muscle itself. So that means we need more calories to create muscle than is in the muscle itself. So we're looking at about 2,000 calories to create a pound of muscle. Even then, here's where people mess up, okay? The idea that you're gonna speed track your muscle growth by just eating more food is not necessarily true. Because let's think of this. Growth is like a baby. You can't have a baby in 2 months. It takes 9 months every time. You can do things to make sure that the baby grows right. You can do things to make sure that the baby grows and doesn't die, okay? There's things you can do that can definitely result in your baby not growing. Smoking, drinking, having an abortion. Like there's things that definitely are not gonna be helpful to your baby, okay? I don't mean that, I don't know, interpret it how you want, I don't care. But with muscle growth, there's things that can definitely alter it. There's things that can definitely slow it. There's definitely things you can do to make sure it gets the most out of it, okay? And maybe eating more calories is one of those things, maybe. But here's where you gotta draw the line of practicality. The science dudes are gonna sit here and tell you, oh, you gotta bulk. But here's the caveat. If you're gonna start some type of program, you're gonna start something, for the rest of your life, are you really gonna go on 8-week massing deload calories? Are you really gonna sit there and oh, this many calories? Most people don't care. They're not gonna do that. Okay? So what I always recommend, and here's my recommendation for you right now, is put yourself in literally 50 to 100 calorie surplus. Basically eating maintenance, but just a little bit more. And here's the thing. That's for somebody that's already low body fat. Here's the thing. If you are not sub 10% body fat, you don't bulk. You need to cut. If you don't have a visible six-pack, you need to cut. You need to get a six-pack first, because I can't think of a scenario in which unless you're a competitive level bodybuilder and your goal is to peak for show day, which most people watching this are not watching this video because they need help bodybuilding. They're not. I'm an average person's fitness coach, men, trying to get in shape, build muscle, lose fat. And I'm giving you the tactical advice and the tactical, practical advice. Not the bullshit. Even though the science guys pisses me off when I see this. It's like, they're great, they're credible, they're PhDs, but it's not practical. You can't tell somebody who's just trying to look better that they need to do a bulk cut. It's just ridiculous. It's completely stupid. I just say this is not practical at all. So what I say is the first thing you need to do is you need to get lean. Even if you're kind of skinny, I would get lean. And you can start working out while you're doing this. You can definitely start training while also trying to get a little bit leaner. Because here's the thing, especially if you're a new lifter, you can do a recon. And you can even do that kind of if you're more an advanced lifter. Because here's the thing that pisses me off so bad. It's like everybody just thinks that if you're gaining, if you're eating more calories, you're instantly bulking. And if you're in a deficit, you can't build muscle. All this stupid jargon. Well, let's break the beliefs right now. You can't build muscle unless you're in a surplus. You need to be calorie surplus. Blah, blah, blah. Right? And if you're saying that, you're probably fat anyways. And you're trying to justify the fact that you're fat with your bulk. You're trying to justify being fat with, you're calorie surplus. You have to. I can't build muscle. You're not even strong. You're not even big. And you look terrible anyways. Okay? So let's chill out. Okay? Anyway. What is muscle growth? Like I always say this. When someone tells me this, I press them. What's muscle growth? Tell me. What is it? What is it? Explain it to me. They're like, they don't know. Right? It's like people with politics. They don't know. They just watch TikTok and they're like, they'll give you a conclusion with no basis. That's the problem. Diet Coke is the shit. It's good for you. Makes you a more better person. Anyway, muscle growth is a response to stress. It's a response to stress. It is. So the more stress you put on your muscle in a way that is optimized for muscle growth. Okay, so if we think of a practical gym scenario, it's going to be a higher rep number with a weight that is increased over time, around 12 to 15 reps, done through a full range of motion with control. We do that many sets over. So we get a set that's like 12 to 15 reps, full range of motion. And at that last rep, it's very difficult. We can barely get it. And we do that many times within a workout, multiple sets. And then we have 1 to 3 of those workouts within a week to get X amount of sets per week, depending on where your set volume target should be. That's the stress. You put that, because you're going to get sore. You're going to get really sore. That's the stress. Okay? And what is going to happen from there? Your body responds by growing muscle. Somebody said my windshield. Your body responds by building muscle. Now, what do we need to build muscle? Like we said, we need calories. We need energy and we need protein. Okay? Now, when you talk about protein, it helps you build muscle, right? It's the building block of muscle itself. You also need carbohydrates, because if you have no carbohydrates, your body's going to use protein for energy. So you need carbs to use for the energy, so your body can use the protein to do what? Respond to the stress you're putting it under inside the gym, aka stress response adaptation, aka build muscle. So this response, it needs protein and it needs energy, and it needs water. It needs water. Okay? So if you drink water and you have protein, here's where you can do it. If you have fat on your body, it can use the fat as energy. Because here's the thing, you eat calories, eat too much calories, you store the calories, and fat is easy. It goes on and off very easily. Okay? So if you need energy, aka you're in a deficit, your body uses it, aka you take the fat away. And when you have no more fat, you need to eat food to get the energy. So that bada boom, instant. I know your mind is blown right now. Okay? So when you do that, you can build muscle while you're also in a deficit. So here's the thing. Here's where you get down to the final boss of should I bulk or not. Okay? If your goal is to look better, which everybody's is, no, I guarantee you, everybody that says they need a bulk is not advanced enough to the point where there's no other way they could possibly build muscle but get in this huge surplus. Because me personally, I look better than 99. I'm not bragging, but I'm saying I look very good. But I don't need to bulk. Because here's the thing, my body doesn't require it. So why would I do it artificially? Because you're just gonna, like, why would I spend a second not looking in the mirror and fucking loving having a six-pack? Why would I do that? Just to be able to later have a six-pack? Like, because this thing, you're bulking and you're losing, the way that you look to improve the way that you look. And here's the thing, a lot of times people bulk because they feel like they can, they feel like they can speed track it, man. Back to the calories. So I know this is just like scattergun, but it's just like, I just know. So you're gonna just get like pieces everywhere, okay? Anyway, so what's gonna happen is if you want the best way to build muscle long term is to start thinking long term. How would I do this for the rest of my life? Okay, I'll show you. Because I want those long termers, the people in it to win it. Let's go. So you gotta think, if we don't need that many calories, we need 2,000 calories, okay? Let's say we have some fat on our body, and let's say we're putting ourselves in a 100 calorie surplus. Every week or two, we can give ourselves enough calories to build a pound of muscle, okay? If we have a 100 calorie surplus, like 700, 1400, 2100, whatever, okay? We can give ourselves a little bit extra calories, okay? And we can build muscle every because you'll build muscle every workout, right? So if you're giving yourself a 100 calorie surplus a day, you might not build a pound of muscle a week if you're an advanced lifter. You might build 0.25, okay? So over that week, you could probably build 0.25, and then next week, because there's gonna be a certain point, like an asymptote, like you know what an asymptote is, like it gets closer and then it eventually gets closer and closer to zero, never reaching zero. You can always make gains up to the point of like being old and you start diminishing, but it's gonna go like, okay, newbie gains, it's gonna get super, super small amount of returns on lifting. So if you just start just lifting really hard, lifting really good, eating a very clean, healthy diet that's maybe a slight 100 calorie surplus, and you just do that for years, you'll top out and you'll reach the diminishing without having to cut bulk. Because again, I just, for me, like maybe I'm just whatever, maybe I'm crazy. I definitely am crazy. But to me, I'm just like, why start something that's just like, to me, it just seems, it's like the people that talk about passive income. They're like, oh, passive income, Like, they have no clue what that means. Like, you have to do things. Like, it's not, like, you can't just, it's such a good analogy. That's a great analogy. The bulking people are like the passive income real estate people. They're like, oh, real estate, passive income, And they have no they own no real estate. Like, it's the same. Like, oh, yeah, passive income, bro. I'm like, well, okay, what real estate do you own? Oh, just, oh, you're bulking. Well, okay, why? Why do you have to bulk? Well, just calorie surplus. Like that's a good analogy. They're the same people, because they sit here and they genuinely believe they have to bulk, and they'll sit here and give you every reason in the book, and they'll tell me, somebody, a literal professional, they'll tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll be like, yeah, you look like you know what you're talking about, Mr. Love Handles. Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I don't mean to be like rude. Sometimes I kind of do mean to be rude. It's fun. But anyway, the point is, if you think long term, you're not going to think bulk in the first place, because bulking to me is an idea of just assuming the work's going to get done for you by eating more food, and that's not necessarily true, right? If you're someone that genuinely wants to look better, I would recommend just keeping it lean. Get your body fat low, and slowly just build muscle over time. Lift hard, eat a slight surplus, eat healthy foods, don't eat bullshit. There's no room in your diet for bullshit. You know what I mean? If you're somebody that wants to eat that stuff, you can absolutely fit it in. But for someone that's just like long term, best thing you can do long term is just try to just eat healthy in general more, and just build muscle slowly, and don't try to rush things. And I think you'll be very successful, and I think you'll have a better fitness journey than these clowns telling you to bulk cut, and do all this random shit. Because the reality is, your goal is to look good forever, and look good for life. So why not just start with that in mind? Have a good day. have an amazing day. We're parking the car. That's how amazing the day is right now. And incoming marketing pitch for you. If you are a guy that needs help with his fitness, you want to build muscle, you want to lose fat, you would like me to work with you personally, one-to-one, you'd like me to take you and expel all the garbage, expel the nonsense, expel all the misconceptions around fitness. We'll straighten you out right here. And take you and mold you and craft you and teach you the fundamentals. Give you the path, help you follow the path, help you go along the path after our time together is completed. I run a one-to-one coaching service where I'll take you and I'll personally guide you. Training, nutrition, accountability, give you every single roadblock you're gonna come across. I'm gonna give you something to navigate around. And me and you, we're gonna go to the promised land, and you're gonna like how you look, and I'm gonna like how you look, because I'm gonna create a body that you love. That sounds like an awesome plan, which I know it does. It sounds amazing. What I want you to do, there will be a call to action below. There will be something that I have down there. I want you to fill out the form. I want you to apply, okay? Or I want you to comment, or I want you to follow me on Instagram, Riley J. Watkins, or on Twitter, Riley Watkins 21. And I want you to DM me. Be like, yo, Riley, help me out. One-on-one coaching. Boom. Find a way to contact me. You can drop me an email in my YouTube, whatever. And I'll get back to you, and we'll start. But the best way, just fill out the form, and I'll reach out directly. And until then, I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good day. Let's go.